Chapter 3 3.2 Requirement Analysis, Part 15. In this part we focusing on the Requirement Analysis Specification. We are going to look at Requirement Specification which lies in Chapter 3 after the Information Gathering which we looked at in Part 14. Information gathering was covered in Part 14 of this video series in this channel. If you missed, check it up. In this section we looking at the Requirement Specification which is broken down into A. Output. B. Input. C. File structure. D. Hardware and software. 3.2 Requirement Specifications. The following requirement specifications are considered. 1. 3.2.10 UTP-UT specification. 2. 3.2.2 Input specification. 3. 3.2.3 File data structures. 4. 3.2.4 Hardware and software requirements. 3.2.10 UTP-UT specification. In system development, the output requirements of the new system are considered first. This is because the main interest from a system is information output, e.g., the main concern of a library management system is whether the system can generate reports on overdue books, charges of late return, inventory reports, etc. The output is usually in the form of reports, either in the form of hard copy or soft copy. The following factors should be considered when designing the output. I. Target audience. A user report may show only the transactions to be carried out, while the management would require a summary of the overall performance in the organization. E. Frequency of report generation, i.e., the time at which the output is required. Some reports are required daily, others weekly, monthly, or annually. E. Quality and format of information to be generated. IV. Cost of producing the output. The output should be at reasonable cost. V. Mode of output and devices used for output, e.g., soft copy mode of output is produced through the screen. After designing the output, it should be approved by the users, the management, and other staff within the organization who are affected by the change. 3.2.2 Input specification. The system analyst should identify the input needed to obtain the relevant information from the system. After identifying all the inputs, the analyst designs the user interface by designing data entry forms or screens. Once the system analyst has identified the output requirements for the new computerized system, she then identifies the input needed to obtain the relevant information from the system. The input to the system is necessary because the contents input are used to maintain the master files. 3.2.2 Input specification. The system analyst should therefore decide on 1. The contents and volume of input, and whether these contents can grow. 2. The mode of input, the devices of input selected and their suitability. 3. The format and sequence of input. 4. The nature of the system, which determines the frequency of input, e.g., for batch processing, the frequency would be periodical, and for real-time systems, it would be on demand. After identifying all the inputs, the analyst designs the user interface by designing data entry forms or screens. 3.2.2 Input specification. When designing the user interface, the following guidelines should be observed. A. Objects such as text boxes, labels, and command buttons placed on the forms must be neatly aligned and balanced on the form. B. The size of the form should not be too small for the user to read or too big to fit on the screen. C. The color of the interface should not be too bright to avoid hurting the eye. 3.2.3 File data structures. This involves identifying the files required to store data and information in the system. The system analyst should A. Identify the number of files that will be needed by the system. B. Determine the structure of each of the files, e.g., will the files allow direct access? Will they be sequential files stored on a magnetic tape? C. Identify the attributes of the records in a file. An attribute is a unique characteristic of a record for which a data value can be stored in the system database. Note: These attributes are used when designing tables in a database, and each attribute becomes a field in the table. For example, a books table will have the following attributes: fields, book ID, ISBN number, title, author's name, year of publication, date of issue and date of return. Factors to consider when designing a good file. 1. Record key field. This is usually an attribute that is unique for each record. 2. Data type for each field. Each field has a data type. In a database, the data type of book titles can be stored as text, while the data borrowing a book can be stored as date, time. 3. Length of each field. A field used to store names can be specified to be 30 characters long, while a field used to store numbers, integers, can be specified to be 10 characters long. 4. Backup and recovery strategies. The updated copies of data and information files need to be stored in a different place other than the location of the current system. This ensures that, if the current file gets corrupted, the backed up data can be used to reconstruct the original file. 3.2.4 Hardware and Software Requirements. The system analyst should specify all the hardware and software requirements for the new system. The hardware and software used to develop the system mainly depends on input, output and file requirements, e.g., if the system requires data in picture format, then an image capturing device such as a digital camera or a scanner must be used. Some of the factors to consider in hardware and software specification are. Some of the factors to consider in hardware and software specification are: 1. Cost price. 2. Method of acquisition. 3. Reliability and security features. 4. Upgradability. 5. Compatibility with the existing resources. 6. User friendliness. 7. User requirements, user needs. 8. Portability, etc. Sample 1. 3.2 Requirement Specification. The detailed system analysis phase helped us uncover crucial information needed to design the new system. The following are functional and non-functional requirements of the proposed system. 3. Functional requirements. The business goal for the system is to increase efficiency of the processes and powerful search facilities capable of getting details of clients' preferences. To meet this business goal, the system should be able to register and maintain details of available vehicles for sale. B. Maintain a record of customer details, orders and required vehicles. C. Allow the front office staff to search for a car for sale that satisfies a prospective buyer's requirements. D. Capture and maintain records concerning the details of customers and employees. E. Produce reports that allow managers to accurately track sales deposits, balances and turnover rates. F. Generate specify C. Reports that allow managers and salespersons to easily view information about units available for sale in different branches. G. Produce regular financial statements that lets the strategic management make informed decision regarding profitability of the business. Non-functional requirements. In order to address the concerns and fear of the implication of switching from current system to a computerized environment, the team recommended that the new system should be improve overall performance in search and retrieval of records. B. Easy to use by even staff with basic computer proficiency skills. C. Secure so that only authorized users can access confidential company information. Sample 2. 3.2 Requirement Specification. Requirement specification analysis is a process of identifying, analyzing, and documenting the requirements for a proposed computerized system. Here is an analysis of the requirements for the proposed computerized Maringo Sports Club system. Functional requirements. The system should allow members to register and renew their membership online. The system should allow members to view the available facilities and make reservations. The system should allow members to pay for facilities online. The system should allow administrators to manage memberships and reservations. The system should generate reports on facility usage, revenue, and membership data. Non-functional requirements. The system should be available 24/7 with minimal downtime. The system should be secure to protect member and club data. The system should be user-friendly for both members and administrators. The system should have high performance to handle multiple requests simultaneously. The system should be scalable to accommodate future growth. Sample 3. 3.2 Requirement Specification. Requirement specification analysis is a process of identifying, analyzing, and documenting the requirements for a proposed computerized system. Here is an analysis of the requirements for the proposed computerized Maringo Sports Club system. Sample 3. 3.2.1 Output Specification. The system shall be able to generate a report of all current club members. The system shall be able to generate a report of all active and expired memberships. The system shall be able to generate a report of all income generated from membership fees and item purchases. The system shall be able to generate a report of all items available for purchase in the club shop. The system shall be able to generate a report of all items sold in the club shop. Sample 3. 3.2.2 Input Specification. The system shall be able to accept member registration information, including name, address, contact information, and membership type. The system shall be able to accept purchase information, including item name, quantity, and price. The system shall be able to accept payment information, including payment type and amount. Sample 3. 3.2.3 File Structure Specification. The system shall maintain a file of all club members, including their registration information and membership status. The system shall maintain a file of all items available for purchase in the club shop, including their name, price, and quantity on hand. The system shall maintain a file of all purchases made by club members, including the item name, quantity purchased, price, and payment information. Sample 3. 3.2.4 Hardware Requirement Specification. A computer or server capable of running the software required by the system, sufficient storage capacity for the system files and database. Sample 3. 3.2.5 Software Requirement Specification. A database management system for storing and retrieving member and purchase information, a programming language and development environment for developing and running the system software, a user interface for interacting with the system, including data entry and report generation. Sample 4. 3.2.1 Output Specification. The system shall generate membership reports showing the list of active and inactive members. The system shall generate financial reports showing income and expenses of the club. The system shall generate inventory reports showing the list of items available in the store. The system shall generate transaction reports showing the history of purchases made by members. Sample 4. 3.2.1 Input Specification. The system shall allow users to input new membership applications. The system shall allow users to input details of new items purchased by the club. The system shall allow users to input details of financial transactions made by the club. Sample 4. 3.2.2 File Structures. The system shall allow users to input new membership applications. The system shall allow users to input details of new items purchased by the club. The system shall allow users to input details of financial transactions made by the club. Sample 4. 3.2.3 Hardware Requirements. The system shall require a computer with a minimum of 2 GB RAM and 500 GB hard drive. The system shall require a printer for generating reports. 3.3.3 Software Requirements. The system shall require a database management system for storing and managing data. The system shall require an operating system, such as Windows or Linux. The system shall require a programming language, such as Java or Python, for developing the system. Overall, the proposed computerized Maringo Sports Club system should provide an efficient and streamlined solution for managing membership, sales, events, and financial data. The end. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for part 16 on the system design. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment if the video was helpful to get notifications once we upload more videos on Maringo Sports Club.